black and white, love and hate, life and death. Is said there's a thin line between 'em, and it's true, I suppose, but that thin line is a piece of string strapped across a grand canyon or misunderstanding. Remind me of an old joke, something to do with insanity and a beam of light. Not much on the details, the punchline though. It's about a fall. One more thing about a fall. It ain't what hurts, it's the landing. Even when it might be on a familiar corner, if you feel backed into it. Like an animal, dangerous, he's worse than that. He's wounded, he's desperate. He's running for his life, which, by the by, has an end. They all do. Lives, part of the great plan, I guess. Endings, though, have to start somewhere. That's the tricky part. With the Almighty involved, it's a bit of, well, now we have a story, one I'm going to try to avoid having to tell while I'm telling it. Falling from that height should be dead, back broken the very least, but the least he's never been. He's the best, to hell with the lad from Krypton. The story, it's a different one. See, I want to influence its outcome, but the lives involved, their souls are part of ours, the old plate of shrimp collective unconscious. Always the worst words could be spoke at me. You need my help, you either are or will soon be. Beyond redemption, not my fault I tell myself, but lying is a hobby to me. Your original, unreliable narrator, John Constantine. You're not alone. Ever wake up and not know where you are? Can be disorienting till you suss out you're in a hotel or you hear some pickup snoring through a hole that, not long ago, you were sucking at intimately. That recognition, a balm for the soul. But what if it dawn come? What if you need a friend? Literally bloody hell, I say that having a knowledge of it, and the depths we'll go to escape it. This night gonna fall darker for we through. Sad question to ask a boy, sad question. The kind could put the fear of God in him, spook him, cripple him. Or worse. Go easy on yourself, Commissioner. There be angels, too, I wonder though, as you must say. What good they are, what purpose do angels serve? I mean, is it cynical to call them cannon fodder? Or is that being optimistic, guardians from ourselves? Heavens know, from our neighbors. Evil, it's real and its coils wind around every heart that beats. The devil, he admits what the angels won't. Again, Commissioner, why, Jim Gordon, who knew you had a funny bone? I'd wager not the man who finds it fun to break 'em, or Friend, it's too late for that. You can't take back what you've seen or what you've said. He heard you, and now he needs to know what you know. Back to the Almighty was the stress of creation that drove it mad. Not hard to believe, is it, in the grand scope of things? I mean, one would have to be a raving lunatic to come up with the firmament, underworld, mortal coil, and all that shite entails. If not, the very act of creation itself would drive one bats. Not that I'm judging. Hell, who am I to judge the top judge? But between me and the wall's mysterious ways is a kind way of saying arbitrary and capricious, again not judging, God forbid, not that ever would, free will and all free will, the noose we're all born with. Here comes the judge. Well, this skinned horror show needs some explanation. Name was Boston Brand when he was alive. Now, though, he's dead, man. And a pest, to be honest, can only find purchase on this rich paget taking occupancy in the living. But he miserable sod can't stay put in one body too long. He's like food poisoning. Or the fucking staff. He's not quite puke, but he's close. What's it like to be so relentlessly driven that failure is met violently? Well, it must be tiring, even for you. You're human after all. Only the dead don't sleep. Your nightmare, Gotham, continues. For a minister, a rabbi, and a priest were simultaneously abducted just minutes ago. Have you heard that one? Feel the connection slither up your spine or run down your leg? Then you're not alone. That crime can only be the work of one man. Moot question, I suppose. For obviously it believes in you. U.S. living, what all we share, as in all have and all give, is pain we hurt, a commonality we experience completely alone, which leads to the proverbial lies. What we mutter, and not just to ourselves, to keep the bullet out of the mouth, such as what done kills us, makes us stronger. A joke, what done kill us, eats us alive, body and soul. Say never. Such a sad little boy. But sadness begets madness, right? Mad little boy. Then badness, such a bad little boy. Easier emotions to live with. Ultimately, though, the heart returns to its ruler. Sadness. We hurt. They never do, lad, they never do. Sad man, madman, bad. So stay with mad. Let the anger smolder and catch, burn away unnecessary thought. Focus on the task at first. Sounds as if a mob has been whipped into a murderous rage. Not quite their screaming and exultation, which is much worse, they just don't know that. Sneaky bastard, that exalted. Then said, it ain't a party till something gets broke. I always thought, call me a romantic or just hopeless, that what had to be broken to make a party was a heart. But I suppose in lieu of one, a city will do. Admit it, denial is a river you've navigated since before you were born. Terrifying in it, experiencing empathy as a child, realizing for the first time you're not the center of universe, or not, no denying it. It's a pain. These are the bits that get you off, aren't they? Biff, bang, pow. The sound of violence. Hello, dark night, my old friend. Wonder what it is that you see. Is it the hatred so directed toward you that you feel it in your heart? Or is it a will to survive so strong it makes you doubt your own? Better still, what is it they see? What the sheer desire to live leads us to do can be inspiring, or quite chilling, fueled by willful ignorance, a primordial denial. That we may belong on the other side. Be in control, be in control. Intellectually, a concept we understand, but, alas, one that blinds us to see the words in control. As in surrounding, controlled is nothing any of us want to be, and what led to our fall from grace. No, in reality, we are surrounded by chaos. an eternal hurricane blowing in every inconceivable direction that, with a warning, can sweep up into our life and pulp us against anything harder than us, like one another. That's the truth. There is no control to be in. Control is a complete illusion. Maybe it's the one who cling to it so tight, who know we've never had it. Hate till the very end, which are closer to than I'd like to admit. We understand control is nothing but fear. That, of fact, scares the shit out of those in control folks. To them, enjoying life is taboo, a fate worse than death, hey. So they mine the secrets of your past, and then they sell fear. Fear consumes us, sure, but we're the real consumers, and to complete the transaction, we spend our lives I'll take you there. Well, what your young lad is doing is sealing your fate, and unfortunately, his too. And I'm sorry, Mum, truly it must be difficult not to be the number one bird in his life anymore. Boys, though, they can't stay young forever. In fact, that's the last thing they want to do. Can't wait to grow up, none of them. Except, of course, when one don't, that happens. It's a bloody tragedy. Magic. Tends to take things quite literally, it does. And here we are back where we started to fall, towards the ending of our story. Or perhaps it's just the start of another one.